What's going on, everyone? Welcome to today's video where I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to set up QUADZ Indicator and exactly how I take trades using QUADZ Indicator. Now, just to preface, this indicator doesn't have entry signals like our, other built indicators like Dodge's indicator, Keswick's indicator. So I just want to preface that and tell you guys, automatically that there is no entry signals with this indicator, but it is a confluence indicator, and pairing it with other confluences yourself can lead to you bottom and top ticking, moves for the entire day. So I'm going to show you, exactly how to set it up, and then the settings that I use, and then kind of how I took this trade, using the OTE indicator last night. So let's start by going into the settings of the indicator. So I'm sure that you guys have already, added it from the WAP, added your username from the WAP into, the TradingView username into the WAP, and you already have access to it. So to set it up, automatically from the beginning, you're going to go to the top right, insert indicators, and you're going to find, where is it? QUADZ Standard Deviation Pro right here, right? So this is it. You're going to add it. Oh, this might be the beta page, beta one, but this is, okay, it's whatever it's called, right? QUADZ Pro, I'm pretty sure this is it. You're just going to basically add it to your charts, right? And we're going to go through everything. There's going to be a lot of things that I personally turn off, right, just to make it, cleaner. I personally, have never used rejection blocks. I know a lot of people use rejection blocks, so I personally turn this off, right? But we have a full rejection block. I'm sure that a lot of you guys, are familiar with our rejection block indicator, right? It's the best on TradingView. But personally, I don't use rejection blocks, but it does come with rejection blocks, right? You can change what levels you want to see in the rejection block. So 50%, 100, 0. You can change the time frames of the rejection block. So if you want to show, 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 day, you would check all these off, right? Let's keep going through this. So this is rejection blocks. Personally, I have it turned off, right? But this is, fully customizable for you. We have all the ICT levels, so previous week high, low, EQ, previous day high, week and low, and previous day high and low, and EQ, right? We have the ability to change, if you want to see a dotted, a solid, or, whatever type of line, and then, how big or small you want the labels. Key opens, right? Key opens are obviously a very big and crucial concept in ICT and within trading, right? We have midnight open, 8:30 and 9:30 opens, and you can again change the, like whatever solid dash dotted, what type of line you want, and then the thickness of it. These are the labels, right? So if you want to change any of the times, I don't think that you need to, right? 9:30 to 11, yeah, this is all good. But you could change the names of it, right? If you want London, to just say London, right? This is London kill zone, New York kill zone, lunch, New York PM. Now we have standard deviations, right? This is obviously really big. It will automatically project and find the nearest standard deviation, or I'm sorry, this is for London session. Okay, so you can actually change which of the sessions is the manipulation leg of the session, right? So I personally have it for London because I trade New York AM session. I want to see, where London's projected to go. And you have all these different levels, right? And you can change, whatever levels you want. Standard deviations, this is what I was telling you about before. So now the standard deviations, you can keep after full distribution. I have it off, right? So I'll keep it on just for the example that we're going to go over right now. I keep it on normal and then max 3 sets at a time, right? You can change which levels you want within the standard deviations, and it'll project out the most recent 3 standard deviations of manipulation legs, right? Now we have order block deviations, right? I personally have it off, just personal preference. You guys can go through and see exactly, what this does. This will just project out order blocks, right? I just personally have it off. Now OTE, it'll project OTE. The OTE is like, kind of our version of the entry signals, right? For Dodgy or Keswick. Now this is, pretty crucial, right? You can change which levels you want in OTE, so it'll, fully populate onto your screen, and it does higher time frame, OTEs. So if you're sitting on the 1 minute, it'll then project, 5 minute, 3 minute OTE. It's really, really sick, right? So doesn't matter what, I just keep it on normal, right? And then automatic, don't change any of that. And now SMT, I'm sure that you guys know this. We're the only, one of the only, I'm pretty sure the only company to figure out how to have automatic SMT detection. So we'll be sitting on NQ, right? And it'll automatically pick up, all right, there's SMT with ES, right? We're sitting on NQ. It's going to automatically find that the correlated asset is ES. If you were sitting on gold, it would automatically correlate the correlated asset would be silver, right? Or if you're sitting on ES, it'll automatically figure out, NQ, okay, is the correlated asset. So it'll automatically project it, which is absolutely sick, right? And then the watermark, and I just personally keep that off, but yeah. So that's basically everything that, all the settings that I use for it, right? As you can see, this was a beautiful trade that I believe even QUADZ took last night. So I'll kind of show you guys exactly, my thought process behind it and kind of exactly how I took it. So this was basically coming into Asia Open yesterday. I saw that we had rejected off of -2 standard deviation, right? London was projected all the way up 3, and we had taken out all these, low resistance liquidities, right? Low resistance draws, right? We were super overextended. I wanted to see us, come fall back into the range. Now, I had also scaled down and seen that we had failed to take out previous day high on ES. Now, as you can see, previous day high was left all the way back here. We failed to take it out. Look, there was an SMT right there, right? So we took it out here on NQ. If I scale it down to a lower time frame, you can see all the way back here, right? Previous day high was taken out here, but failed to on ES. So I knew that there was SMT at the highs. So I wanted to see, 3-minute OTE of this range right here. So now we're going to scale it down to the 1 minute. I'm going to show you that it's going to show you OTE from the 3-minute. So if I keep playing this out, so just to preface, right, if you keep switching time frames, you want to always wait for the 3 dots here on the top left to stop loading, right? So once it stops loading, then we can see. So this is 1 minute OTE. It should project 3-minute OTE. Let's see. So it caught this standard deviation, right? It saw there was this SMT down here. So as you can see, we took out this swing low on ES. So let me lock these so you can both see. So we took out this swing low on ES, right, and failed to on NQ. We saw this manipulation leg and projected it for you, right? Saw that there was OTE right here, but we're not looking for OTE to go lower. We're looking for it to go higher. So as you can see, we take it right here from OTE. This goes higher. This starts projecting up higher. Now 3-minute OTE was right. Oh, it's 5-minute OTE that marked it out. So we were looking at these levels, right? And I wanted to see us, basically take a short position somewhere in these levels right here, right? So I wanted to wait for an SMT and kind of like a slowdown on a loss of momentum to take this entry right here. So as we saw, there was an SMT and we're coming up to these levels right here. So we had just tapped -2 right here, -2.5 right here from these two projections, and we had tapped OTE of this leg, and we had SMT right here. Now this was everything that I needed to see, right? I basically just took entry right here. Okay, this was a 1 minute, so 15-second. Once we close this candle right here, I just took entry and I put my stop loss at the top of this high, and I was just literally just targeting, lower. So as you can see, it even, projects lower. So even I'm sitting on the 15-second, it shows you 3-minute down here and the projections all the way here. So now if I play this out, you can see this thing just completely banked, and I was targeting these smooth edges right here. And full TP, yep, I got edged, and full TP was smashed right there. Now, this was a beautiful trade, right? It was a sick trade, but again, there was a lot of OTs that you guys just saw, but I had to use a little bit of, analysis from myself, right? I saw that we were super overextended, right? There was no more draws in liquidity higher. I saw that there was an SMT at previous day high, and I wanted to see, OT of this range right here get hit to then deliver lower and take out all these smooth edges down here. Now that's kind of exactly how I use the OTE indicator. If I'm going to look for another trade right now, but if I don't find another one, I hope that this video was really helpful for you guys, and you guys learned something. If you guys ever see this red exclamation mark right here, just open up another chart, right? It's just because you were switching time frames too quickly. Just open up like ES real quick and then reopen up NQ, and it'll, it should fix it. So let me just show you guys again, the exact trade. So SMT at previous day high, we saw that there was this projection right here, 2 to 2.5 was right here, which also lined up with 3-minute OTE. And as you can see, we ticked, 3-minute OTE, 5-minute OTE when we were sitting on the lower time frame was a little bit lower. But yeah, we took entry right as soon as we saw a nice rejection out of that area on the 15-second, and I was targeting these smooth edges down here, and yeah, completely banked. This thing just ran, you know, all the way. And look at that. I mean, if you even limit it all the way up here, you can see that this thing completely just ran all the way down. So I hope that this, really hope that this video was useful. If you guys have any other questions about it, you know, about the indicator, obviously drop them in the chat, and make sure you join our free Discord, right? You can open up tickets and ask us one-on-one questions. Or a lot of people, you know, in our Discord have, you know, access to these indicators, and they can help you. So, you know, I really hope that this was useful and helpful. So I will see you guys in the next video. All right, everyone, be safe until then.